Q6928. Within the contiguous United States, the floor of Class A airspace is A. 14,500 feet MSL, B. 18,000 feet MSL, C. 18,000 feet AGL. The correct answer is B. Class A airspace is the highest and most controlled airspace in the United States. It starts at 18,000 feet MSL, mean sea level, and extends up to 60,000 feet MSL. This airspace is primarily designated for high-altitude en route operations. Within Class A airspace, instrument flight rules, IFR, are required for all aircraft. This means that pilots flying in Class A airspace must rely on instruments for navigation and comply with specific procedures and regulations outlined by Air Traffic Control, ATC. The floor of Class A airspace at 18,000 feet MSL marks the point at which pilots must transition from lower airspace classes, such as Class B, C, D, or E, into the controlled environment of Class A airspace. Above this altitude, pilots must be in two-way radio communication with ATC and adhere to IFR rules. It's important for pilots to be aware of the airspace classification and corresponding regulations to ensure safe and efficient air traffic management. 6440. In which type of airspace are VFR flights prohibited? A. Class A, B. Class B, C. Class C. The correct answer is A. VFR flights are strictly prohibited from entering Class A airspace. Class A airspace is the highest level of controlled airspace defined by the International Civil Aviation Organization, ICAO. It extends from an altitude of 18,000 feet MSL, mean sea level, up to the upper limits of the atmosphere. Class A airspace is exclusively dedicated to instrument flight rules, IFR, operations. It is designed to accommodate high-altitude, long-range flights typically conducted by commercial airliners and other large aircraft. In Class A airspace, all aircraft are subject to Air Traffic Control, ATC, guidance and must operate under IFR, which requires specific navigation equipment and adherence to precise ATC instructions. VFR, visual flight rules, flights, on the other hand, rely on visual references and operate under less stringent regulations compared to IFR flights. VFR pilots navigate by visually observing landmarks, terrain features, and other aircraft, without solely relying on instruments or ATC guidance. Due to the complex nature of operations within Class A airspace and the high volume of IFR traffic, VFR flights are not permitted in this airspace for safety and efficiency reasons. VFR pilots must remain below the floor of Class A airspace, ensuring separation from IFR traffic and following appropriate airspace rules and regulations. 6445. When operating VFR in Class B airspace, what are the visibility and cloud clearance requirements? A. 3 sm visibility and clear of clouds. B. 3 sm visibility, 500 feet below, 1,000 feet above, and 2,000 feet horizontal distance from clouds. C. 1 sm visibility, 500 feet below, 1,000 feet above, and 2,000 feet horizontal distance from clouds. The correct answer is A. When flying VFR, visual flight rules, within Class B airspace, there are specific visibility and cloud clearance requirements that pilots must adhere to for safety and to ensure separation from other aircraft. The visibility requirement for VFR operations in Class B airspace is 3 statute miles, sm. This means that pilots must have a minimum horizontal visibility of 3 sm to maintain visual contact with other aircraft and to navigate safely. Regarding cloud clearance, when operating VFR in Class B airspace, pilots are not required to maintain specific cloud clearance distances. The correct option, clear of clouds, indicates that pilots should avoid flying into clouds altogether. It is important to remain outside of clouds to ensure visibility and maintain visual separation from other aircraft. By staying clear of clouds and maintaining the specified visibility of 3 sm, VFR pilots can operate safely within Class B airspace while being aware of nearby air traffic and maintaining visual contact with their surroundings. It's essential to remember that VFR pilots should always exercise vigilance, scan for traffic, and follow any additional air traffic control instructions or airspace-specific procedures when operating within Class B airspace. 6438, which is true regarding VFR operations in Class B airspace. A. An operating VOR is required. B. A private pilot certificate is required for all flight within this airspace. C. Solo student pilots are authorized to fly in Class B airspace if they meet certain requirements. The correct answer is C. Class B airspace is the busiest and most restrictive type of controlled airspace, typically surrounding the busiest airports. It is designed to provide separation and control of IFR, instrument flight rules, and VFR, visual flight rules, traffic to ensure safe operations in the vicinity of these major airports. While private pilot certificate holders have the necessary training and knowledge to operate in Class B airspace, it is not a requirement for all flights within this airspace. However, solo student pilots, who have not yet obtained their private pilot certificate, can be authorized to fly in Class B airspace under certain circumstances and with specific requirements. These requirements for solo student pilots to fly in Class B airspace may vary based on local regulations and specific airspace procedures established by the controlling authority. Generally, it involves meeting specific training milestones, demonstrating proficiency in radio communication, and obtaining appropriate endorsements from an authorized flight instructor. The authorization for solo student pilots to fly in Class B airspace is a testament to their training progress and ability to handle more complex flight operations. It provides an opportunity for them to gain valuable experience and exposure to the controlled airspace environment under the supervision of their flight instructor. It's important for student pilots to thoroughly understand the requirements and any limitations associated with operating in Class B airspace, as well as to comply with any additional instructions or procedures specified by the controlling ATC, Air Traffic Control, facility. 6439. Which equipment is required when operating an aircraft within Class B airspace? A. A VOR or TACAN receiver. B. Two-way radio communications. C. Two-way radio communications and transponder with encoding altimeter. The correct answer is C. Two-way radio communications are essential for pilots to maintain communication with air traffic control, ATC, while operating in Class B airspace. Pilots need to establish and maintain continuous radio contact with the appropriate ATC facility to receive instructions, navigate through the airspace, and ensure coordination with other aircraft. Additionally, a transponder with an encoding altimeter is required. The transponder is an electronic device that transmits aircraft information, including its identity and altitude, to ATC radar systems. The encoding altimeter portion of the transponder provides precise altitude information. This allows ATC to accurately track the aircraft's position and provide separation between other aircraft in the congested Class B airspace. The requirement for this specific equipment ensures effective communication and enhanced situational awareness for pilots operating within Class B airspace. It enables ATC to have precise information about the aircraft's position and altitude, facilitating efficient traffic management and ensuring the safety of all aircraft in the busy airspace environment. Pilots must ensure that their aircraft is equipped with a functioning two-way radio and a transponder with an encoding altimeter before entering and operating within Class B airspace. Compliance with these equipment requirements is crucial to maintain communication, situational awareness, and overall airspace safety.